It's 1:40 p.m. and I'm headed for my Sunday drive around in the van. I have a horrible headache right now. I didn't drink my second cup of coffee yesterday because we were over at Tesla. Now there was coffee there, I just didn't take time to drink it. And this morning I was being stubborn and I didn't want to take any headache remedies because I don't like to take stuff. And a few minutes ago I took one Excedrin and gave up on not taking anything for it because it's getting worse. So yeah, hopefully in 15 minutes or so the Excedrin will kick in, because one usually does it for me, and I'll feel better. I'm just going to town to play Pokemon Go. There's a special raid event today. Do my normal Pokemon stuff. Don and I are going to put the white bookshelf together when I get back. So I'm really excited about that. And hopefully that's going to turn out cool. I'm over here at South Park to talk to a Pokemon friend, and there's a Bull TV. Kids out practicing softball and baseball today. It's pretty. I got my first Nidorino, and now we're gonna hunt for Gengar. I'm having a super good time raiding today. This small crowd of people that I know really well. Everybody's communicating and coordinating and being patient and not leaving anyone behind. And yeah, it's 51 and sunny, and it's a nice Sunday calm afternoon. I got about 15 more minutes before 3 o'clock. I'll get home by 3:15 for sure. And it's been a lot of fun. Well, I got Gengar on all 4 accounts, one shiny on my account. I got the shiny hat Nidorino on all of the accounts, no shinies. Littleton, Mr. Shiny Pokemon in Fuquay, he traded me a Tropius. He had gone to one of the events, one of the special events, the one up in Chicago actually, and he had a lot of Tropius, and he traded one to Photomom. So that's a regional Pokemon I never would have gotten if he hadn't given me the trade. So it's been a good day, and I'm headed back to the house now. I'll be home at 3:15. I'm home. Dawn is swapping warm air for cold air in the garage and probably drying the floor a little bit. And if you were worried about Ruby, she's parked in her spot. Gray, come here, Gray. Come on. Come on, sweet girl. Come on, Gray. Come see me. Come see me. It's time to bring the bookshelf into the house. Yeah. Yay. Don tells me all of his years of living by himself taught him how to be a pro about moving heavy and bulky items.
Yeah. All that work.
I tell, look at you go.
So I'm very impressed with the packing. They tied this little red thing to your hardware, and there was a note on the end of it. The hardware was on the end of this red thing, and they've got it all packaged.
Yeah.
I wondered, it said hollow shelves, and I would say the shelves are hollow. They're thicker, so they look more substantial, but they actually are hollow instead of just being solid particle.
We picked this one because it had the thicker looking shelves. Right, we sort of understood that they were not going to be.
Right. Well, we are.
But I think each shelf is supposed to hold 22 pounds, and we're not going to be putting 22 pounds on those shelves. So. And
they packed it with a lot of styrofoam, or I guess what is the polystyrene?
Yeah.
So it had all 4 sides of polystyrene. They had polystyrene spacers so that the shorter shell sections that wouldn't slip. So I have to tell you, they spent more than 5 minutes figuring out how to do it. And a corner piece. And a corner piece, yeah.
Fancy corner piece. Really nice. Don's going to be saving that for some future packing thing.
This is really good.
Yep, I agree.
I've used similar stuff on several things that I tend to either bump my head or hit my shoulder on under the house. And it really does say, because this is not polystyrene, this is, I don't know, foam rubber or something, but it's really strong. The only problem, of course, is the instructions are on the very, very bottom.
opposite to the side you opened it on.
So here's the instructions.
All right.
And oh, poor Mr. Don. Well, I've been crawling around underneath the house. I'm pretty much crawled out right now.
Okay.
All right. So we'll take a gander at the instructions and see what tools it tells us to recommend, and I'll go make a tool run, because I usually assemble this stuff with a hex bit in my driver screwdriver, electric screwdriver. Yeah.
We got a game plan?
Yeah, I think so. It's pretty straightforward. It actually looks like it only takes a couple Phillips head screwdrivers. Probably a large one to turn the locks that have Phillips or cross pattern, and then just, you know, there are some screws. So nothing fancy. This one doesn't use the hex-headed screws.
Okay, so Don and I just checked off that it came with all the pieces it was supposed to come with. We checked them off on our little sheet over here. Best not to start your project missing stuff.
Well, the instruction says make sure you have all your parts first. So I follow instructions. Right?
That's a jab at me, but I love him. So some of the hardware is a wooden dowel, and they have provided glue and a diagram that shows where you're putting the glue, and they want all the wooden dowels glued, and it starts with the two big pieces.
Yeah.
So Don is putting the wooden dowels in with the glue.
Yeah.
And there's two on each end of these big boards. So besides putting the dowels on the end, Don's putting some cam bolts, is what they call them, in these outer small holes on the top.
And the bottom.
Yeah. So both of these side panels, which for us will be top and bottom panels, get the dowels and the cam bolts. Then we will have completed step 1 of 12. So this piece gets cam locks installed in the 4 big holes on top. Don's doing the best he can. You know, we got a small working area in here and no real great place for him to do stuff.
Right, but we're doing good, sweetie.
Yep. He's laying it on the bed, our bed, as we move through the parts.
I got the best helper in the whole wide world.
Well, I'm trying.
You're doing great.
If there was more room to move, I suppose I could start gluing and stuff too, but then we'd be bumping each other.
Yeah.
I'm calling out the instructions. He's putting the parts on the board. Hey, Kat, you know what they say about curiosity? Did Donnie lose a cam bolt down there?
Yeah,
it's
sure did.
Underneath the scratcher.
You just helping me know that I dropped
All right,
something.
we're on to part E now. Part E. And part E starts with, you guessed it, 2 dowel rods glued in on the end. It looks like only one end has holes.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the difference between D and E is, but the top you're working on, oh, I do see a difference now. I'll tell you the next step when you're ready for it. I guess that's just wood glue they sent us. Probably some sort of wood glue.
Yeah, just, I'd almost call it, you know, like play school.
Or white glue.
Yeah,
just
white glue.
just
The
Elmer's.
same stuff that, well, that I'm sure it's the knockoff. All right.
All right, so on that same end, on the top side, the side that has holes on both ends,
Yeah.
you need 2 cam locks.
Yes, ma'am. Done.
And then the cam bolts go in a different spot here. If you'll put it up flat, the 2 small holes on the outside get a cam bolt. Cam bolt. It's in a different position from part D. This is part E.
Okay.
All right, put that one off to the side and repeat on the other part E. All right, we need to find 2 F's, 2 G's, and 1 H. They're all squares. We've made it on to step 3. We start assembling things on step 4.
Yeah, way cool. Yeah.
All right, that's part H. Set it aside. You need to bring back out 1 E, 1 F, and 1 D. The F is a square.
E and F, huh?
The F is a square, and E and D are rectangles.
Okay.
This gets to be the tricky part. You got to insert. There are ways you could possibly insert the wrong thing into the wrong spot here, so you really got to read the diagram pretty close.
Yeah, that's right. Girl and her asymmetrical bookshelves.
Yeah, we had to study that diagram a little more than we would have liked.
Yeah, but I think we got it.
Yeah, I do too. We're on part 6 now. It's just getting bigger and bigger, Donnie. Right now we're dealing with reflectivity across the x-axis.
That's right. What's that formula?
That's how a couple of geek people put stuff together. So we had one of those mid-project.
Take 15 minutes to find this little sucker.
But you know, hey, it's clean underneath the desk and the table, and you know,
toys. Gosh, we didn't
we retrieved little girl's nighttime's favorite cat toy times 2.
That's right.
So she should be all prepared to shove them back under that desk over there again. Don so totally could have done this without me, but it is nice to have 2 people.
Well, she saved me at least one boo-boo. So, no, Marion, the help is much appreciated, because I've screwed this stuff up before.
Right.
Yeah, this is where that Lego League stuff pays off.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time looking at diagrams. That's true.
And orientating the parts just a certain way.
Yep. Thanks, Donnie.
Yeah, my girl, she's the best. I found a symmetrical board.
It's the only one in the whole thing.
Yeah. More holes with the glue, and we'll be done. Run a little bit out of glue here.
I didn't exactly time us, but something just a little over 90 minutes.
Yeah, I would agree. If we hadn't lost that cam lock.
Yeah.
And had to hunt it, we would have saved it.
Yeah, it was quite the sight with both of us crawling on the floor like we were toddlers.
Well, I heard it hit the floor, but I didn't see where it went.
Yeah. And it wasn't where we most expected. It wasn't as close to where we dropped it as we would have expected.
Yeah, but the good thing is it's all nice and clean now.
Yeah, the whole floor is much cleaner. It wasn't that bad, but it's, yeah, the corners are cleaner.
The corners are much cleaner.
All right, he's on the very last step. He's installing the little white circle sticky thingies.
Cover up the screw holes.
Yeah, Mittens just loves those.
Yeah, she peels them right off.
Yeah, and carries them away and chews on them. So I don't know how long they'll be on here.
Don's got his own official quality inspector, just like
Just like Jack Ricard.
That's right.
Cookbook quality picture taking ribs. Yes, sirree. Looking forward. That's going to be finger licking good.
And we like them in the Instant Pot just fine. And especially on a weeknight if we got to cook them quick. But when we got time on a Sunday afternoon, we like to bake them in the oven.
Yeah, I like mine kind of crunchy.
We miss out on the really great broth from the bones when we don't cook them in the Instant Pot.
That's right.
So that, you know, when we cook in the Instant Pot, you get some really great broth, bone broth. Yes. It's together and it's in the bedroom. Now, Don's got to get the lights figured out, and that's going to take more time than it took to put it together. I'm super happy with it. I'm happy with the one we got. I really like it. We didn't quite consider where the light switch was. We spent so much time thinking about how tall it would be and making sure we got one that when we turned it on its side would be tall enough that we didn't exactly think about the width. I mean, the width is fine, but it could have been a few inches shorter. At any point, we're making good progress, and Don, you know, he told me don't decorate it, and so I just threw stuff back on there out of the way, but I'm listening to him not decorating it because he's going to have to move it and slide it forward and do a whole bunch of stuff when he's trying to put the LED lights to light up the cubbies.